guys, welcome back to another Pokemon XY Wi-Fi battle. My opponent this morning is Beaver, so this was another battle that I had very briefly this morning. So this can either be a very interesting battle or a very boring battle, depending on how you look at it. He does have a Baton Pass team, which is a team I fought previously in my two videos before this one. So I don't like Baton Pass teams. They generally banned from competitive play. But let's go ahead and get this battle started. So looking at his team, it was pretty obvious he was going to lead off with his Blaziken. I don't know if that was the Mega on his team, but every Baton Pass team generally do start off with Blaziken just to get that speed boost. So in seeing that, I am going to lead off with my Mega Manectric just to get off the Intimidate. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, get that Intimidate just to drop off Blaziken's attack a bit. And he's going to be very predictable and just go straight for the Protect to get that speed boost, because I know that's what Blazikens always do. They always carry Protect. So there's the Protect. My Volt Switch is going to do obviously nothing, as he does get that speed boost. So an ongoing theme of this battle, as you can see, is he is going to Baton Pass after Baton Pass after Baton Pass, try to make it very, very difficult for me to predict what his next switch-in is going to be. So he does bring in a grass type for my Thunderbolt. Seeing that it's a grass type, I decide to go for a Flamethrower, but then he Baton passes straight into his Blaziken again. So like I said, he's trying to make it very unpredictable for me to know what he's going to be switching in. At this point, he'll be at +2 and he's carrying the leftovers, which is not a good situation for me. So I'm going to actually switch out and send in my Shuckle. So the reason I did that is obviously I do want to get up some hazards. Just because he is Baton passing, I don't want any more free switch-ins. It's that simple. I don't want him to be able to bring in any Pokemon for free. So I'm going to go ahead and put up my Stealth Rocks. So he's going to actually Baton Pass into his Absol. So it turns out that Absol is the Mega on his team, and if you guys are unaware, Absol's Mega ability is Magic Bounce. So it bounces off any status move or hazard entries or anything like that. Unfortunately for him, I do get off my Stealth Rocks before he Mega Evolves. I'm going to send out my Manectric again just to get off that Intimidate. So because he is Baton passing, he's actually -2 attack now. So every time you Baton pass, the stats are carried over to the next Pokemon. So because I got off the 2 Intimidates, he is at -2. He decides to burn my Manectric, which is absolutely fine. I do not mind being burned at all. So I'm going to go ahead and click a Thunderbolt as he Sword Stance. So basically his attack is at neutral now. So I'm going to go ahead and click Thunderbolt. And he's going to actually Baton Pass yet again. So I'm going to switch out and send in my Nidoqueen. So he Baton Passes as usual. So at this point he sends in his Smeargle, so I'm expecting a Spore. I'm going to actually withdraw my Nidoqueen and send in my Chestnut to take that Spore, because obviously Spore doesn't affect grass type Pokemon. So there's a Spore. He's going to Baton Pass again, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my first layer of Spikes. So he sends out his Grass type again. I'm assuming he was expecting the Sap Sipper to kick in, but I actually go ahead and set up my Spikes. So at this point he's going to Baton Pass. I'm going to go for a Drain Punch, but he predicts that and Baton passes into his Drifblim, which is a Ghost type. And that's going to do absolutely nothing, obviously. It's just going to go straight through his body because he is a Ghost type. Seeing this, what I actually decided to do is to go for a Leech Seed. And he just goes straight for a Stockpile, which is a very silly move on his part, because I think he should have minimized first just to get that chance of Leech Seed actually missing. So now all his Pokemon that get Baton Passed are going to be seeded. So he pops off the minimize now, which is a little too late in my opinion. So I'm just going to keep clicking Drain Punch. The reason I'm going to keep clicking Drain Punch is because I'm expecting a switch in. So I withdraw now. I'm going to go ahead and send out my Nido Queen. So he's actually going to Baton Pass after this turn into his Sizzle from memory. So this is probably the most facepalm moment for him, because unfortunately for him, this Nido Queen is kind of like a bulky phaser. So I'm going to show you why. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to show you why this is going to be a facepalm for him. I actually carried the raw move on this Nido Queen. So all that Baton Pass, all those stats, everything is absolutely gone, and he needs to start again from zilch. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off this Pokemon with a Poison Jab, as he Leech Seeds my Nido Queen, which means absolutely nothing to me. So 6 minutes, around 6.5 minutes into the battle, I have finally taken down his very first Pokemon. So he's going to go ahead and switch into his Scizor now, which is fine. So as you can see, the hazards are actually going to wither down his Pokemon to the point where I can actually pretty much kill them all. I'm going to go ahead and send out my Manectric just to get off the Intimidate, and Manectric is actually a very, very good counter to a Sizzle. So he's going to go straight for the Bug Bite. He still does relatively great damage. I'm assuming he's an Adamant. He is going to go for a priority Bullet Punch, but because of the Intimidate, I am able to live that. I actually went for a Volt Switch. I should have probably gone straight for the Flamethrower, but I went for a Volt Switch to save my Manectric for later. And I'm going to go ahead and send out my Nido Queen again. So it turns out he's actually got Roost, so he's able to roost off most of that damage I've done. But that's fine, I'm actually going to phase him out and bring out the next Pokemon. So I don't want to be a dick, but the fact that he keeps Volt Switching, I'm just going to basically phase him out and just keep letting him take entry hazards. So I'm going to withdraw again. And at this point, I was just sending in my Manectric just because obviously Spore's not going to affect him and he's just going to die to the burn anyway. So he actually decides to go for a Ingrain. And my Manectric dies, so I'm able to get a free switch in. So at this point, I'm going to send out my Alakazam, and because of all the entry hazards and all the rest of it, my Alakazam is going to be able to take out all the rest of his team. So there goes his Smeagol. He's got 4 more Pokemon to go. He sends out his Blaziken. His Blaziken is going to take some Stealth Rock and Spikes damage. I knew he was going to go for the Protect. It's very predictable. So at this point, while he's protecting, I'm just going to go ahead and set up a Calm Mind. So I'm going to get a +1 in Special Attack and Special Defense. And that's just going to be way too much for his team to handle. So at this point, there's nothing much he can do. He's going to actually Baton Pass again. And to be honest, all that Baton Passing has pretty much cost him the game, because throughout the whole battle, I was just thinking, dude, what the hell? What are you doing? Anyway, he went for an Absol, expecting a Psychic move, and I actually went straight for the Dazzling Gleam. So I didn't predict it. I didn't click Dazzling Gleam because I predicted the switch in. I just thought after a Calm Mind and all the entry hazards that a Dazzling Gleam will still be able to take out the Blaziken. So here comes his Blaziken now. And basically at this point, he's not going to protect because I think he gave up. I'm just going to go straight for the Psychic. So he's got 2 more Pokemon left. He's got that Scizor and that Drift Blim with very little HP in the back. So he sends out his Scizor, and obviously he's going to take the entry hazards. And because I'm at +1 special attack, a Shadow Ball is definitely going to be able to take him out after this Bullet Punch. So Shadow Ball is going to be able to take out his Scizor. and his Driftblim is going to come in and take some more Stealth Rocks damage, and that's pretty much GG for me. So I mean, it was, as I said, depending on how you look at it, it was either a very long and interesting battle or a very long and boring battle. But thank you guys if you managed to watch the entire video. Thank you very much for watching the battle. And thanks Beavers for, at least I can say, a rather interesting battle for me personally. I mean, I don't like Baton Pass as I said, but all in all, it still was a very fun battle. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next upload.